Hello everyone, this is Dr. Vivek Kumar from Mechanical Engineering Department, School of Technology, Pandit Deen Dayal Petroleum University, Gandhinagar. In last video, I have discussed how to generate concept for a new product. In this video, I will be performing concept selection activity from all the generated concepts. This flowchart describes how the concept selection activity is connected to other activities that make up the concept development phase of the overall product development process. Let us assume that so far activities such as mission statement, identifying customer needs, establishing target specification, all these activities has been executed. Based on the outcome of these three activities, sufficient number of concepts have been generated. Now the product development will select meritorious concept from the whole space of generated concepts. In this activity, we will be selecting overall product concept along with selecting subsystem concept, component, and the production processes. This is the brief outline of the content that will be covered in this video lecture. First, we will start with the introduction to product concept selection. Thereafter, we will discuss product concept selection process. Later, we will take a case study on product concept selection. Concept selection is the process of evaluating concept with respect to customer needs and other criteria on which the performance of the product is dependent. Afterwards, we compare the relative strength and weakness of the concepts. Based on these comparisons, one or more concepts for further investigations, testing, or the development is selected. This is done through a structured and predefined approach, or we can say a procedure. The concept development funnel is a schematic representation of concept selection activity. It has phases in which all possible concepts are successively narrowed down and temporarily widened, subjected to screening and rethinking process. Broadly speaking, concept selection is the process of narrowing this set of alternative concepts under considerations. Although concept selection is a convergent process, it is frequently iterative as well and may not produce a dominant concept immediately. The dominant concept has to be scrutinized in each and every step. The whole set of concepts is categorized into smaller subsets. These subsets thereafter undergo scrutiny based on certain criteria. New concepts are continuously formed by combining and improving on the merits of concept proposed earlier. These several iterations result a dominant concept which is finally selected. Some of the challenges faced by a development team in concept selection activity are presented here. All these challenges are appropriately addressed by following a structured approach in concept selection and testing. For example, the challenge, how to choose the best concept for abstraction. This can be solved by using structured approach concepts which are evaluating against customer-oriented criteria. The selected concept is likely to be focused on customers. How to get all inputs, likings, and concerns from the whole team in the decision process. This can be done by benchmarking. Benchmarking before concept generation ensure all members are actively participating in the concept generation activity and selection activity without any prejudice. Now, how to make use of good attributes of otherwise weak concept design. A structured method encourages decision making based on objectives, criteria, or attributes. This minimizes the likelihood that arbitrary or personal factors could influence the product concept. This will eliminate the weak concept designs. A structured method is readily understood rationale behind concept selection, which can be archived or standardized very easily. This will how it will make the documentation easy. This standardization is useful for inducting and training the new team members as well. One can quickly examine the impact of changes in the customer needs or in the available alternatives. Some of the methods or the approaches which are generally used in concept selection are external decisions, product champion and intuitions, multi-voting, pros and cons, prototype and test, and decision matrix. In external decisions approach, concepts are turned over to the customer's client or some other external entity for the selection. The product champion refers to an influential member of the product development team who chooses a concept based on personal preferences. By intuition, the concept is chosen by it feels. Criteria or trade-offs are not used while using the intuitions. The concept just seems better to team and it gets selected. In multi-voting, each member of the team votes for several concepts. The concept with most votes are selected usually. Sometimes web-based surveys are also used. Each concept is floated online to the various domain of the customers and it is rated by many people to find the best one. The team can also list the strength and the weakness of each concept and make a choice based on group opinions. In some instances, the organization also build and test prototype of each concept, making a selection based upon test data. The decision matrix based approach is the most widely used for concept selection. In this approach, the team rates each concept against pre-specified selection criteria which may be weighted. A two-stage approach is defined or used for concept selection. The first stage is called concept screening and the second stage is known as the concept scoring. In the initial stage, detailed quantitative comparisons are difficult to obtain and sometimes mislead the team. Therefore, a coarse comparative rating system is used. After some alternatives are eliminated, the team may choose to move on to concept scoring and conduct more detailed analysis and finer quantitative evaluation of the remaining concept using a scoring matrix as a guide. Throughout the screening and the scoring process, several iterations are performed, with new alternatives arising from the combinations of the features of several earlier concepts. Both the stages in the concept selection, concept screening and concept scoring, follows a 6-step process that lead the team through the concept selection activities. Members of product development team are people from the different functional groups within the organization. Each member brings some unique views that can increase the understanding of the problem. It will make product development process successful and customer oriented. The concept selection method uses certain information provided in the matrix for consensus building among the team members. The matrix focuses attention on the customer needs and other decision criteria. Now we will discuss each step of the concept selection activity with an example. Now we are going to perform concept selection activity on a reusable syringe. A medical supply company form a product design team to develop a reusable syringe with precise dosage control for outpatient use. The team identified two major problems with its current product. One is the cost, The existing models was made of stainless steel, and as a result of which its cost is high, and the accuracy of dose metering. The existing product has to be customized such a way that new syringe can control dosage for wide range of patients and more specifically to the elder persons. Now the first step in this project is identification of needs and criteria on which the product will be developed. The team conducted a survey of hospital doctors, patients to gather voice of the customers, the need of its client and of the intended end users. That with the help of this information, the team established 7 criteria on which the choice of product concept would be based. These are ease of handling, ease of use, readability of dose setting, accuracy of dose metering, durability, ease of manufacture, and portability. Each criteria nominally satisfy the key customer need. The team was faced with choosing the best concept for further design, refinement, and production. We need to start with concept generation and then concept selection. As discussed earlier, we need to follow a 6-step process to complete the concept selection activities. These are: first, prepare a selection matrix based on selection criteria. Then rate all the concept. Accordingly, we will be ranking all the concept. Then we will be performing combine and improving the concept from the earlier concept. After that, we will be selecting one or more concepts for the implementation or the testing. And finally, we will be getting a reflection on the result and the process as a whole. Prerequisite for performing such activities is that activities such as mission statement, voice of customer, identification of need, benchmarking and establishing engineering specification, and concept generation. All of these activities have been carried out in very detailed and a phased manner. Let us assume that we have generated 8 new concepts for reusable syringe. Let us name them from A to G. A to G refers syringes with new concept for development. All the concepts use different techniques to inject and control the amount of doses to the patients. For example, concept A use a slide lock to control the movement of plunger in the master cylinder. Concept B use rubber-based clutch and brake turning mechanism to control the amount of the doses going to the patient. Here, sketch of 2 more concepts are presented by the design team. Concept C use ratchet-based mechanism. It requires turning the plunger by 90 degrees and pulling back to refill the syringe. Concept D requires a screw-based turning to control the amount of the doses. Are depicted with some complex operating system. Mechanism is based on Swiss ring rotating annulus mechanism. This is the Swiss plate. Some same kind of the mechanism is generally used in axial piston pump to deliver the fluid at a very high rate. Concept F use lever with having to and fro motion for setting and injecting the dose in the patient. A concept G is shown here. It is based on the lead screw motion for operating the plunger. The motion to lead screw is transmitted by turning the dial knob using spring and a pair of the gears. Here we have discussed around 6 to 7 concepts for reusable syringe, but in actual practice the number of the concept generated ranges in hundreds. Concept screening is the first stage of concept selection activities. Concept screening is based on method developed by Stuart Pugh in 1980s, and it is also oftenly called as Pugh concept selection. The purpose of this stage are to narrow the number of the concept quickly and to improve the concept. The first step is to prepare the selection matrix. The first column contains selection criteria identified by analyzing the need of the customers. All variants of concept A to F or G are mentioned in the first row. The team chooses a concept to benchmark the process. This is called as the reference concept, against which all other concepts are rated. After this, the product development team rates the concept against the reference concept using a simple code. Plus will be used, the plus sign will be used for better than the reference concept. Same as, or the zero sign will be used for the same concept or the same level in the selection criteria as that of the reference concept. And minus sign is generally used for telling that the developed or the generated concept in certain aspects are worse than the reference concept. This helps us in identifying sub-concept for further consideration. The next step is to rate a concept. Here we will be counting the number of the plus, number of zeros and minus for every concept, and for every concept we will get on comparison with the reference concept. Now in net score will be assigned to each concept, that will be the sum of plus and minus sign accumulated in every column. Next step is to rank each concept on the basis of overall score. So for example, for the concept A, the plus is 3. Same is for the sames are not used while comparing the net score, and the minus is 0. So 3 plus 0 will be equal to 3. So 3 will be the net score of concept A. Similarly, we can use the same concept, same technique for the concept C. Here pluses are 2, same means zeros are 1 and minus are 4. So 2 minus 4 will be equivalent to minus 2. In general, those concepts with more plus and fewer minus are ranked higher. In case of a tie between the two concepts on the basis of the net value, the team can identify one or two criteria that really seems to differentiate these concepts in such a manner. After rating and ranking the concept, the team should verify that the result makes sense. Now we need to check if there are ways to combine and improve the certain concept. This can be done in two manners. First, check if there is really good concept that is degraded in certain aspect by one bad features, or can a minor modification improve the overall concept as well as distinct it from the other concept. There is any possibility that the two concepts can be combined to preserve the better quality among them while removing the worse quality from them. If it is possible, combined and improved concepts are then added into the matrix as a separate column. For example, concept G plus employs a Powell and ratchet mechanism to set the dose and actuator to deliver the syringes. So it will be a better version of the concept G. Similarly, a concept DF can be generated, which is a hybrid concept generated using combining the feature of D and F. It utilizes spring action, barrel screw and lever mechanism for controlling and injecting the dose to the patient. Now let us start the screening of these concepts. Next step is to select one or more concept. Once the team members are satisfied with the concept screening process conducted so far, the team will now decide which concept are to be selected for further refinement and analysis. The team will likely develop a clear sense of which are the most promising concept. Now, the number of the concept selected so far will further screened by the available resources, that are the personals, money and the time available with the development team. For example, concept A and concept E can be considered along with revised concept G plus and the new concept DF. The last step is to reflect on the result and process. All of the team members by now should be comfortable with the above outcome of the concept screening process. If an individual, that is a team member, is not in agreement with the decision of the team, then perhaps one or more important criteria are missing from the screening matrix, or perhaps a particular rating is in error, or at least not clear to the whole of the team. If there is any confusion, then another round of concept screening can be performed, or else we can proceed to the concept scoring. Before proceeding to the next activity or the next stage, that is the concept scoring, there are certain points to remember. The first point is that goal of the concept selection is not to select the best concept, but to develop the best concept. That could be possible by combining and refining the concept, by combining the earlier concepts, proposed concepts. Concept scoring also uses the same step as discussed in the concept screening stage. Concept scoring is used to better differentiate among the competing concepts obtained after performing concept screening. In this stage, the team weights the relative importance of the selection criteria and focused on more refined comparison with respect to each criteria. Again, the same step as those in the concept screening will be used to conduct the concept scoring. As in the screening stage, the team prepare a matrix and identify a reference concept. Selection criteria are placed in the first column and screen concept in the first row. Concept scoring matrix use weighted sum of the ratings to determine concept ranking. Concept A, that is the syringe with master cylinder, will now serve the purpose of overall reference concept. Weights are distributed among the selection criteria as percentage. Rating is given 1 to 5 according to the certain conditions provided in this table. Weight score are obtained by multiplying weight with the rating. The total score SJ is obtained by adding the weighted score of a selection criteria for a particular concept. For example, for concept A, these are the weights for individual selection criteria, and these are the weighted scores obtained by multiplying weight with the rating for each criteria. Then we will sum all these values to obtain the SJ, total score. The ranking of the concept is done on the basis of the total score. As in the screening stage, the team look for changes or combinations that can improve the concept. Some of the most creative refinement and improvement in the concept occurs during this stage, as the team realizes the inherent strength and the weakness of the all or the screened out concepts. Now the next step is to select one or more concept to develop. The final selection of a concept is not choosing the concept which is having the highest ranking after the first pass through the process. Now the team perform a sensitive analysis to examine the influence of varying the weights and rating to determine their effect on the ranking. Through this, the team member can assess whether uncertainty about a particular rating has a large impact on their choice. In some cases, they may select a lower scoring concept about which there is very little uncertainty instead of a high scoring concept with very high concern with respect to certain instead of high scoring concept that have very high uncertainty with respect to certain weights and the ratings. As a final step, the team reflects on the selected concept and on the concept selection process as a whole. This is the point of no return for the concept development process. So everyone on the team by now should feel comfortable that all the relevant issues have been discussed and that the selected concept have the greatest potential to satisfy customer and be economically successful. If it is not so, or if it is not the case, then we need to iterate the concept scoring or even concept screening process again. Some of the subtleties or the caveats which should be kept in mind while performing concept selection are that concept quality, that decomposition of concept quality. Concept quality is the sum of the qualities of the concepts relative to each selection criteria. Selection criteria should be critically analyzed, as wrong selection criteria often lead to wastage of effort and time in concept selection. Another is subjective criteria. Some selection criteria, particularly those related to aesthetics, are highly subjective. Choosing among alternatives based solely on subjective criteria must be made carefully, as chances of biasness are very high in such cases. On such criteria, try to involve the customer in rating and weightage assignment process. Facilitate the improvement of concept. For the improvement of concept during refining and combining, try to avoid extreme ratings such as outstanding or extremely poor, as they may often occur due to biasness of some team members towards them. Next is where to include cost. Cost is an important factor in choosing a concept because it is one of the factors that determine the economic success of the product. In spite of not being in the true customer need, we should include some measures of cost or ease of manufacturing when evaluating the concept. Last is the selecting elements of aggregate concept. Selecting element of aggregate concepts means selecting substantially different concepts from available domain of concept for screening and scoring activities. This will remove concept with very little difference and reduce the effort and time in concept selection activity. So far, we have completed the concept selection activity for reusable syringes. Now we will be using the same approach in an exercise on concept generation and concept selection for mechanical pencils which are to be launched by you in the market. This image shows some of the mechanical pencils that are available in the market. Before proceeding with the concept generation and concept selection, first we need to conduct the market survey to identify the need of customers. Then we will be performing the benchmarking and establishing engineering specification for the new product. Afterwards, we will be proceeding with the concept generation and selection activity. So take it as an assignment for performing concept generation and selection for mechanical pencils. In the next lecture, we will start with how to test the selected concepts. With this, I close this session. If you have any queries, please write in the comment sections. Thank you for your time.